Hello. Hello, guys. Pokemon51 aka the real Vtuber Jonicito here. So, yeah, well, so I decided to stream Legend C instead of Tomodachi because I actually wanted to actually show. Hold on. Alright, so yeah, so here I am playing Legend CA instead of Tomodachi Life. I mean, I just want to show CA where I left off, and yeah. So yeah, I know I said I'm gonna really stream on my other channel, the Pokemon 51 gaming channel, but I got like one issue is that I did not request a live, so it's gonna take up to 24 hours beyond my scheduling, like my thoughts and when I could stream this. So, but I'm gonna put it on my main channel instead, since because of that, and also I just kind of want to showcase on what I'm playing. So yeah, yeah, I got like a lot of stuff. Yeah, but I also kind of want to show like my gameplay anyway, and yeah. So why CA? Because I kind of want to actually show where I left off, and yeah, because I haven't really played the save since it was either November or December, but yeah, I actually played more, but not on my Switch. I just transferred a save to the Origin Ally by emulation on Ryujinx, because I had better results on Ryujinx in Eden. Because I got slightly more performance on Ryujinx in Eden when I was going on my trip for Christmas. Like, I could only take one device, I couldn't take the Switch. It's only either the Switch or the RGL I have room for in my pack, so I chose the RGL because I had a lot more games to play with. Yeah, so I played a bit ahead of this current save, so yeah. So I will tell you if I actually reach that point where I left off, and yeah. But I am gonna show a couple of cool stuff. Yeah. But yeah, TLDR, but I mean, emulation on the RGLI was fine, but you're just stuck at 30. Like, yeah, I tried a lot of things to get to run at 60 as the real Switch, but I wasn't able to reach it. So, I actually had like better results on Switch. I mean, I was able to use the 60 FPS mod. Like, I was able to play the game smoothly. I just liked to have the modded Switch with CFW, with the atmosphere, as well as like all these mods that helps the gameplay's fidelity. So I got the game to be played at 720p. Yeah, I know it supports 1080p, but because the Switch hardware and I don't have the Mariko model to go further, but I have the version 1 unpatched Arista model. So, yeah, I have that just to actually play CA and with much better service. So, yeah, I know the Switch 2 version is out though, but one, I'll have the Switch 2, and 2, well, I'm gonna go over the reasons why I don't have the Switch 2, nor do I plan to get it yet, but that'll be much later throughout the play. But yeah, the fact I was able to use these mods to play 60 FPS on a Switch rather than the official way, yeah, I decided I will actually use the mods to actually get almost every single benefit that the Switch 2 has. Yeah, I'm running at 720p instead of 1080 just to speed, more 60 FPS, and my Switch has a good overclocks. I mean, I already adjusted this. For those that didn't really do, for those that don't really have overclock for playing on the settings other than the basic overclocks that pretty much every Switch model user have. Yeah, I like to go a step beyond. So I did a lot of testing, as I mentioned on my Tomodachi gameplay. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna really hit 60 in many parts of the game, and actually I found it to be really enjoyable. So yeah, yeah, who needs a Switch 2 when a modern Switch could do pretty much almost exact same thing as the Switch 2? I mean, at least for a power user like me. Yeah. So yeah, so here's my current team. So at least on my Switch save. I know I had more on my RG, but I haven't really played much. But yeah, but on the Switch, yep. That's my current team, and yeah, I went really far ahead. I mean, I decided to show where I left off just to pick up the game again, just kind of really show it, as well as share my thoughts on the game, because I know this game is really mixed, so I'm gonna really get over that in like my best ways possible. But yeah, so yeah, here's my player. Oh yeah, and you also haven't noticed I use the FOV mod, so I get a wider viewing on a gameplay. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much running at 60. Oh yes, AZ. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna redo the missions I played before on my trip. But I'm gonna show them, I'm gonna play them again except showcase it here. Just because. Alright, so yeah, here I am. Full 60. Oh yeah, I also set my Switch set to 720p just so the OBS could scale it with a better scaler to make the image sharper, especially the user interface. Yeah, you might see a few hiccups here and there, but yeah, I don't really have like the cheats to actually force the game to use low resolution, but I would do it automatically. But I pretty much get full 60 all across parts of the game. But yeah, so yes, I'm in this, getting items. Yeah. So now you guys will be thinking like, so yeah, when I actually first played the game when it was out, the main reason I don't have as much of a letdown on this game as many other people did. Yeah. I mean, it's because because given the state of Pokemon games right now, as well as all the mess that we've been seeing on the Switch with Pokemon since Sword and Shield, and given all the silence that was just radio sound for a year. Yeah, even though it was anticipated to be a better game. I mean, I wasn't really expecting it to be Game of the Year worthy. I don't think it needs to be Game of the Year worthy. But yeah. But yeah, I could see that most people were not very happy with this game. Especially, well, okay, at least the Windows is not flat, so that's a plus. Yeah. Yeah, most of the disappointment is the fact that the buildings are flat. Even the door is flat. Yeah. Yeah, it's not just gonna be a really long story with that. But yeah, I might just really move along when just actually mention what I'm playing. But yeah, of course the thing just happened. But yeah, I mean, I actually came with the fact that, I was actually wanting to actually see the expansion of the story. Because that's what gets me hyped the most of any Pokemon game if I have issues with them, is the story-wise. Yeah, even though I wish they balanced it with the gameplay and all that, but hey, at least we could use them on our stories. I mean, including our videos, with my MMD videos, and yeah. By the way, you guys have seen my latest YouTube video with Iris when her team makes a movie. Yeah, she's gonna make. Yeah, she and her team made a movie. It sucked. Yeah, for those that actually thought that this game was not that good, watch their movie. Their movie is not good! Oh dear, yeah, this reeks of flatness. Dang it. I mean, I already knew it was gonna come when I saw the trailers and all, but yeah. But hey, that's nothing compared to what movie Team Iris made. Right? Right? Yes. 'Cause they made a bad movie. Well, that video was like, that took like 2 months to make. Yeah, I had some breaks while I was making it. And yeah. I mean, I had like other projects, like I was redoing the Game Boy Advance shaders and all that for Lib Retro. And I had like communities talk to me about it. And there are a few other things I did around. But yeah. As well as like prepping my VTube thing for my channel, which was also another case. Let me check on something. Okay, at least it's something. Trying to reduce a bit of a lag. But yeah, yeah. I actually had that thought of my video like 7 years ago when I was talking with like best friend of mine's. Yeah, you were actually rambling about like movies back then, and yeah, they had some cliches that were a problem. Like it was, there's some like movies may still be like this, but And you just did it in a more exaggerated way that just sounds really fun to do. But I'm not gonna really list like the ideas like where I got it from, but because you know somehow those movies become divisive. But I just want to take that to actually make it even like a funny thing to make. I mean, you could guess which movies or shows or games I reference from. I'm not gonna deny it. But yeah, pretty much yeah. But I will say I actually got inspired by The Simpsons. The episode where the three Simpsons went to watch Cosmic Wars, The Gathering Shadow, if you know that episode. Yeah, it was basically, if you were in the Star Wars community back then, like in late 2000s, early 2010s. Yeah, well, if you know how people's feedback with the prequels and Phantom Menace especially. Yeah, that was what it's based from, actually. Yeah, it was actually parodied in a much more exaggerated way. To a point that they were expecting like a very action-packed, and then they were let down by just all the political talk. As well as other couple of references here and there that were just taken in a much more funny context. Even if people don't really have those views today. I still find it funny because, I mean, as much as I enjoy the real movies these days, yeah, I just actually laugh at these things because I just kind of had like some laughs when I know it was gonna be funny, and I just thought of using that as my idea for one of my future videos with Iris doing her movie, and yeah. But I didn't actually write this until 3 years ago, so I actually had that idea in my head for a long time. So, but even my initial script when I made that video was a bit different because I had more members of Team Iris. It was gonna be a season 4 script. Yeah, it was gonna be a season 4 exclusive, well, or something like that. But I changed plans to actually just cut back. Well, moved it to season 3 because I just want like a focus of my season 4 being a lot more serious. Because season 4 is just makes most, well, it's an ongoing season. I just want to actually be more focused on the seriousness of Team Iris. Which you guys may have noticed, I put up a new chapter very recently this week on my AO3 archive of our own. Well, if you guys actually read ahead of these chapters beyond my videos that I could actually make, yeah, that's very in a dark era right now. That should tell you that that's what season 4 is gonna be about. In my headcanon, the AO3 was just very dark. Yeah, it's gonna be like the darkest chapter of my entire series, as I stated. But if you actually read I mean, I had like close ones that read them, and yeah, they were shocked by almost all the chapters I posted there. Dang it. Might not be super effective. Dang it, he spot me. That's good. But yeah, so, oh no. Yeah. Yeah, my recent chapter is the one with when Team Scoporis went back to the Pokemon Studio for revenge. I actually had all that planned like 2 years ago. So yeah, for those who actually know. I suggest read the AO3 because I'm way more ahead than my videos. I mean, the thing is, well, you know that making videos take longer. But yeah, I just want to actually make all these chapters be posted in AO3. So I just thought it'd be much quicker to do just to present it to you guys. So I really want to show it this bad because I have so much good ideas. And when you're seeing season 4 chapters right now, yeah, that should tell you how cooked these episodes are. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these episodes are way cooked. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I actually have fun writing them because I have like many thoughts that will evolve. Champion Iris gets his Team Scoporis and others. Yeah. So yeah, also if you haven't noticed, I actually wrote the like few chapters ago. I posted like 2 weeks ago, I believe. But yeah, at least in May. I wrote the chapters that take place in this game, in CA's Lumino City. But the thing is, I wrote these episodes long before this one. Yeah, I wrote it in the same year as my latest. In fact, I have almost every single chapter written in 2024. Actually. Yeah. But you gotta be asking. You gotta ask me. How? 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 How did I actually guess that that CA content was gonna come in before the game's release? The thing is, I didn't know any of it to be real with you. I didn't know the CA characters, I didn't know any of the stuff involving the story. I did not know the characters. I didn't know the setting either. And I didn't know any new places. Yeah, I decided to actually write it. I planned this before. I actually wrote the script of the Miraculous Ladybug one where if you read the chapter that Marionettes, Ladybug and Cat Noir got their identities revealed by Team Scoporis, they defeated them well. Chloe won revenge. Yeah, those two chapters. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. And, yeah. I know I made a wrong choice of Pokemon here, but yeah. I'm just training myself. But yeah, I wrote this in 2020. I wrote those two chapters in 2024 along with almost every single chapter slash episode in that whole season. But yeah, I actually wrote those two chapters like a bit after the CA's first teaser trailer. So I was actually getting prepared myself to make content out of it. And I had to be short. Dang it. A war total. That's cool. What happened to the camera? Yeah. Yeah, this game is pretty odd on that. But yeah. I mean, I already had a plan. To actually make on those two Luminous related chapters that I made in AO3. Yeah, I actually had a plan to actually be set on this place. I just actually waited until I could actually put in the characters and content in. I mean, I still have the old script of it. I have the OCP of almost every chapter. In fact. So, yeah. This reminds me I haven't picked up CA back up in ages. Wow. Interesting. But yeah, so, yeah, hold on. Yeah, so there are like some differences with the 2-part chapter Luminos chapters from AO3. There was no scenes on Emma. There was no scenes on Mabel. When on the first chapter of the 2-part, the 2 rivals from this game did not battle against Team Scorboros when they entered the school. The main rivals in X and Y did. What else? Oh yeah. There was like less like scenes in this one because there was no CA stuff yet. When there was no mentions of Corbeau and his team. He did not appear in the. His scenes did not appear in the script, in the original script. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm seeing all the glitches in the bottom. Let me fix that. Yeah, this supposed to go smoother to just not drop from 60 to 30, but just any frame below 60. But yeah, that happens. But yeah, so yeah, yeah, there are a lot of things I could say, but what I could think of in my head about the chapters. But yeah. And also I actually wrote the script before Miraculous Ladybug Season 6 was out. So, I think yeah. I still haven't seen Season 6 except for like one episode, maybe another, but yeah, I just got, because I had most of the MLB stuff in my head canon that fits, and I always actually put Miraculous Ladybug stays in Luminos City, so here, yeah, this setting, especially in the AO3 where the chapters takes place after CA. Yeah, after yeah, there was like a couple of stories. Even Kubeus mentioned that he wants to regain his rep, and you know when Marina and Adrian was taken up because their identities got revealed. Yeah, I'm not roaming around while I'm talking. But yeah, but yeah, there were like few things that added. There were like a couple of things that added when CA was out. But yes, and as for a recent chapter, as like few of you saw, yep. Yeah, on my latest chapter that I posted I posted yesterday, in fact. All I'm gonna say is prepare for prepare for the next part next week. Trust me, you're not gonna believe what happened. Yeah, you're gonna have to buckle up. It's like a huge horror roller coaster ride that you're gonna read. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. And on my latest video, it's still on season 3. Oh yeah, yeah, that was fun to make. You know, I was like going on and off on making it because I want to do other stuff. But it was like a roller coaster ride on AO3. It's so insane to me that was. Yeah, it's insane. AO3 is yeah, I was actually happy that I had a chance to showcase my story in AO3 because, well, making videos would take longer to produce, but the scripts would actually take much shorter. But since I finished pretty much all season 4 scripts, yeah, I decided to show it weekly. The only thing I had to do is make thumbnails out of it whenever I post a new chapter because I just want to showcase in visual form of how it plays out. So I used Blender for that one. Yeah, Blender was pretty much helpful. So I was able to make screenshots with like better effects, and I'm actually happy. But yeah, now with that out of the way, yeah, time to actually focus on my story on this game. My story. Yeah. But just to note on my current headcanon, yeah. Yeah, since we're in the CA's timeline in my headcanon, because of all my recent chapters in AO3, that also means that Marcus Ladybug is also taking place in Season 6. Except it's in a different alternative timeline, as you could tell. Because unlike the real Season 6, the heroes lost their identities and got revealed. Yeah, that happened. Season 6 and CA. Here she is. Yeah. Okay, so where did they go? Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, I somehow fixed up the docking issue with the power. So as you can see on my battery life in the wattage, it's in on the top right corner. Yeah, it's not going down this time. I don't know, I just had to actually replug, and just had to put this different position on my switch. And I used a custom docker for video capturing. Yeah, I seen it pretty much work better on the power side of things. Lita. Yeah, Tawny and Lita were the ones that battled Team Scoborus in the first part of the chapter. Yeah. Oh yes, Beast Pokemon. Yeah, I actually fought this one when I was on my trip. It was quite a bit of a challenge, but I was also managed to actually defeat it. There we go. Decent. Statue. Yeah, I need to buy more potions. Yeah, thing is I need a mega power to actually stop it. Yeah. Yeah, I just need to run. To look at the edges. If it heads past red, then yeah. Make it stop! Okay, well, at least oh no. Yeah, I means I have to run. I don't have the banker. Trust me. That sucked. Let me get these. Dang it. Okay, we'll stop it. Okay. That's like an to beating it. Yeah. I mean, it was rough as like this when I did it the first time in my trip. And then this one was also pretty much how it was. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, I know it bears repeating, but for those that just popped in like later than my initial part of this stream. Yeah, my plans on streaming on my other channel was changed because my other channel requested the live, which would take 24 hours and all that. So I decided to stream on this channel because I would have like full access to streaming. So that's the reason. Rank E. Yeah, Ivor is very funny. I battled against him on my trip. He's just a funny character. Watch. Just watch. Wait and see. Yeah, I feel bad for Kanori that she had to be tracked. Which, yeah, you have to do that again. Which, yeah, you have to do that after Ivor. Getting more items, getting more items. Yeah, I need to unlock more places so I can just fly. The prison tower. Yeah, I also have one of my friends trying to port the tower from CA to MMD. But because of how complicated it is, yeah, it's taking long, which I don't blame anyone who couldn't port them. Cause yeah, it was a challenge to port like more newer models. Because it used a lot of like effects. But if you thought that porting models from CA or Scotland 5 was rough, trust me, I've seen the Champions game porting being so complicated. Like, it's easy to do in Blender, but not in MMD. Yeah, it's way more complicated than that. Trust me. Yeah, it's also a reason I moved to Blender, just for a much easier way to use the models for my videos. And yeah, I had talked with a couple of people in that community that shared me a lot of stuff, which I was interested in. And the game had to lag on some parts. So I know I know there's a way to reduce it, but I was gonna show the artifacts in the bottom of the screen. So yeah. So I'm gonna rest that, it's not too bad. Ivor. Yeah, I better go there before the battle royale happens. You see that? Yes, I do. Yeah. course, for Alligator had to be the first. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat a bit with Mega. So I don't play easy. Too easy. Yeah. And that's how it was when I last played it. Well, he's back. Gwen! Where are you? Trust me, that's his introduction. Right here. That happened again just here. Yeah, he's too strong. It always is. Anyone some phony charges breaks. You know, I'm pretty sure a heavier and steady Rotom phone exists. Yeah, Emma's gonna come in. Yeah, I'm just gonna switch back the option because I'm seeing it. It's because I've seen a bit more artifacts than what I would have liked. Static 60. Reduce bloom. Level of detail. Improve FOV, which I've stated. Disable FXAA. Disable DOF. DOF. Depth of field. Of course he's there. Quinn. That shot. Oh yeah, in this part of the mission, you need a nice Pokemon to actually freeze up something. So, there's that. But yeah, there's like a place nearby where you could actually catch a Pokemon that has ice moves, so yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. I got a lot less. I'll just go here. Yay. Yep, I remember this place. Yeah, I have to find someone. Trust me, that's not it. Because yeah, I played this part and on my trips, none of them are Quinn. I have 4. His muscles. Yeah, it's gonna be Battle Royale. Yeah, Galar reference here. And I thought you meant wow. Trust me, it's gonna go right away. Yeah, Ivor. And I don't mean Ivor from Minecraft, the story mode. Yeah, I had to see Minecraft story mode's Ivor whenever I search up gifs of Ivor. That has to happen. So she's with Kanori maybe? Yes, 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 yes. That's how it happened and yeah. Yeah, I just battled her a while ago. Like before I had to stop playing it on my Switch. I don't think she's in an electrical substation. Fortunately, I gave it away. Even though I promised Kanori. Yeah, I cannot tell anyone else. Because Kanori told me, don't let anyone else know about her place, because she's gonna have so many uninvited guests there. Especially if you're a celebrity. Yeah, trust me, she's not gonna be happy. Just wait and see. Actually, you know, I should have been the only one to ask her questions. I say that, yeah, I knew a place, but I just made a promise to her that I cannot share anyone else the place where she is in. Cannot say live in, but yeah, because this ain't her house. What are you doing here? Dang. He interrupted your stream. Yeah, what game were you playing? Oh, I'm wondering. Oh yeah, Pops. Yeah, I think us team could have done a better job. It could have been the two of us coming here before Ivor comes here. Yeah, I know for alligators to come first because I had it set first, yeah. I'm gonna have to use the different Pokemon immediately. That was easy. Yeah, I'm gonna make her 12 mines too. Yeah, I wasn't doing anything. Nice have Pikachu. Excellent. I think it has to happen. Profanities used. Yeah, should I mention this game became E10 instead of rated E up like previous games? Okay, actually I haven't really visited these fountains as often, so it's just gonna be a guess, like I forgot which one was correct, so yeah. Because I haven't really played my OG LS saves for a while when I was on my trip, but yeah. Okay, at least the second option is the right one. Yeah, I think it was I don't know about the Quinn store situation, but we'll see. Yeah, to go off really easily. Yeah, that's the part where I have to catch a Pokemon with ice moves. Because, well, you have to freeze the fountain for a puzzle. Oh no. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Yeah. I mean, who could drink the water fountain? Nobody. Yeah, that's actually destroying the property. Yeah. Yeah, that was, he wants to actually break up city's property. Yes, it's actually here. Oh no. Nighttime. Yeah. I have to use this. Maple. Oh no. Nighttime. I had to go nighttime. Oh no. They're actually defeating me. Really? This has to happen? Yeah. Yeah, that's how it was when I last played it. Yeah, this is like rough. Yeah, had to be all the way there. Somehow. So yeah, yeah, that was like a rough play. Yeah, the fact was all up. Yeah, I just had thoughts on the buildings, but yeah, I'm gonna really bring it up later. Like maybe when I'm actually raising. But yeah. my biggest issue is all this right now. Okay, at least I called it. That means I could leave. The screen somehow got blurry. Oh no. They're all out. They're all out. They're on me. They're on me. Dang it. Yeah. Oh no. That has to happen. And I'm still spotted. How? It needs ice beam. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fly back. Dang it, dang it, dang it. That has to happen. Yeah, I need more Pokeballs. But I'm gonna get the items first in this. Oh yeah. I have one funny thought that I'm thinking right now. Well, you know the Nintendo Direct that Kingdom Hearts 4 revealed, or at least showed more trailer. Yeah, that happened. And guess who got excited? Octavio. Yeah. He's the one that got huge hype when he saw, well, fortunately he was sad that he didn't stream it because he's on a break. But he didn't watch it and he put all his posts on Twitter. He was excited about it and he kept going on about it, as well as him going on the fact that he missed it. He missed to stream it. Yeah. Yeah, he was not happy that he missed his chance to stream it just for his live reaction. So, yeah, he's still going on about it on Twitter. Wow, it's really slow right now. It's lagging. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Missed it. Someone missed it. Dang it. Yeah. I'm gonna go back. Guess I need some ice beam. I know that the Bomb Snow has it. Cause I caught it on my RG save. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask the game. You want us to use Ice Beam only and only Ice Beam, no other move that could actually be similar or even more powerful than Ice Beam? Yeah. Yeah, those are like the issues I have with this game, along with like other ones I would bring up later on. But yeah, yeah, and the parts of the story just gonna really ask you for a lot of things. You gotta make sure you actually have the correct one somehow. Yeah, this is pretty much the only place where it snows. So I'm gonna have to ask, did Stormy Reddit cause it? I think that's where it happened. And this is the place where Alias is there and Mano got trapped on the merry-go-round. If you've seen Miraculous Ladybug's first episode, Stormy Redder. Yeah, that happened. She got frozen along with. Yeah, she got frozen along with Mano. Well, inside the merry-go-round. Merry-go-round. Yeah, thing is I don't have the Mariko switch to actually have full 60 FPS locked in a scenes. In like the huge battle. Yeah, I need to actually find a boss now. That would rather disappear in front of me. Okay. Yes. Okay, at least this one has Ice Beam. So that's good. I just Cassie say has to do battle zones. Yeah. I'm seeing frame drops here and there. Yeah. I guess that's all the rest of the Switch model could do. Yeah, we're seeing an entrance. Marcus Ladybug, head cannon. Oh, and those that. Oh, and if I haven't mentioned it already. Yeah, seasons 1 through 5 is all takes place in X and Y. Season 6 is CA. Yeah. Yep. It has to be really loud. Yeah, to find items. The good thing is at least there's no lag. So did I try to get Scarlet Violet to run at 60 on my Switch? Nope, unless if I just want the resolution to be literally half of the handheld Switch. But I don't think even the Mariko Switch could do 60 at 720p. Mariko. Yeah, Mariko's the third version that Switch uses on their chips since 2019, like in the middle of the year. And it has a lot more possibilities, but to mod it to have more overclocking features and all that. Yeah, it's more difficult when you know that you cannot RCM jig the thing. Yeah, that's why I actually got the Switch used, just so I could mod it. Yeah, I have to find a key. He wants to destroy the property, not thinking what he could do. Yeah, the thing is, there has to be something around the sewers. And I'm surprised I didn't even mention the fact that it smells here. Because the sewers. Well, at least I found another hyper potion. Yeah, I should have been running. Yeah. Yeah, what you have to find is the key Pokemon. You have to find it just for the door to unlock. It has to be here somewhere. Yeah, it's been a while since I played it on my RG. Oh, I had to examine it first, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a Pokemon. There it is! It's going for that room. It might not be your Pokemon, actually. Referencing Legend CA. I don't think people actually punch their Pokemon in the game, actually. No. Oh, let's catch it, but I just want to see how it is. Oh, it wants me to catch it with the Pokeball. Thought it was her Pokemon. Yeah, I was actually testing to see if I was wrong, but yeah. Yeah. The way she walks. That's a lot like how Shu from CCC walks. Innocent Zero. Well, for reasons, you know. Yeah, it's full of ghost Pokemon here. Ice Stone. Yeah, I'm gonna check that room first. Yeah, thing is you have to freeze. So I'm gonna really just go there later on. HP. It's all failures. Well, I think we know which area is the right place. It's this one. Wait a minute. I have to actually interact with a lot of things. It's just boxes and all the other stuff, so I cannot tell you. Except just examine everything before that wall. By the way, did you know I actually saw a meme of that wall? Yeah, there was a clip I saw someone sent to me when she went inside the wall and then we just see the Mario 64 screen. Yeah, I just imagine that every time I play this part. I think it might not be any. Maybe I bought because he broke that gate. But I don't know if that actually matters. Yeah, I'm gonna have to battle it. Or use Absol. Oh wait, my mind's sick. I meant to press the button, not the right, but at least I made it on my first try. Yeah, I'm going Mega too. Yeah, I was actually seeing like a delivery guy coming in. I could see it from a window delivering stuff, so yeah. I just meant to choose the right button instead of button, but now we're on to the last, so. that's like really easy. Yeah, Kanari's right though. Yeah, she's right about that. But also, my friend needs you somehow. There's just no hard welcome phone for him. Well, her expansion suit. Yep. Well, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's all foggy right now. So yeah, let's go here. So, yeah, battle's gonna come. Yeah. If I do have time, I'll just tell you my thoughts on CA and other stuff. If I don't have time. But yes, I need to heal Absol. Yeah. That's... Yep. Let's see. Guess I could go through. Let's see what's up on top. Yeah. Dang it. The lag. Yeah. Ivor. Yeah, I did defeat Ivor in my orgy. I was a bit ahead. And also I remember that Corinne was also a Kennard's fan and wants to compete her fan obsession against one of the rivals. I was like, what? Rank A. Okay, I didn't see it, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, that should be easy for Pidgeot. Yeah. That's easy. Correct. Yeah, my non-effective moves worked. Ivor. Not in rank D. So yeah, there won't be much of a story for a while after this, because it's all training. X and Y. Yeah, that happened. Okay, it's now being someone who's a fan of Kanari, and he's gonna have his own competition because Quinn is also a fan of her too. And yeah, you'll see. You'll see. I don't know if it's gonna be on the stream though, but yeah, we'll see soon enough. The next day. Okay, so it's gonna be all training. She ran off again. Yeah, it's gonna be Corbin. I just know it. Because he's in that organization. Yeah, that's gonna be suspicious. AC. Okay, yeah, we're still at the main mission. So, yeah, I'm gonna take the long way because I do want to actually put out my thoughts on this game right now. So then I'm gonna have to close off in a while. But yeah, let me see. Okay. So yeah, I did play CA since when it was out. Yeah, I was actually I mean, yeah, there were like leaks of the megas that were only the only ones that were leaked out. Well, it was already showing hints and all that, so that's like the only thing I noticed. Even though I was hoping that I get some better megas or more Maladin than what we got. So I know the designs are just mixed. Yeah, I mean I like some of the megas that are introduced here, but yeah, there were others that just kind of had a plain design, and yeah, I mean, yeah, with that, yeah, I was expecting lesser in this game, so that's why I wasn't as shocked as many others had. I was the one out that followed the leaks and all that. So just to catch me with like low expectation, which kind of helped me. But yeah, yeah, I said I wasn't gonna be like, it's just far from the Game of the Year worthy. Obviously, you can see the buildings. They're all flat with flat textures. Yeah, yeah, especially if it's gonna pick up the Switch 2 edition and then you see that. And you're supposed to have like a wow factor. Yeah. Yeah, it's like so much of the development's mess and it's all connected to production issues, which, yeah, I've watched the Vtuber Bros video on the CA's development from the leaks and yeah, you're free to see it. But basically, there was so much more features that CA could have had if everyone caught up with like all these decisions made by the X's. The execs. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of like decisions that were cut back because they just want to finish the game really soon than later. Yeah, because of the whole mess with Scarlet Violet when the development was just too short to be ready, fully baked, and the game came half baked and there was so much glitches in every issues. Yeah. Yeah, that was like more of the mess that the entire Pokemon team were in a big mess with. Big mess they're in. Yeah, and that's why the entire Switch and so on shit was just problematic. Okay, yeah. I did actually had fun with these games when I played them. But yeah, I was actually expecting a bit lesser given that. I mean, even if I did hope that this was gonna be more of the Game of the Year worthy, even though I had thoughts that it wouldn't. Yeah, with the flat buildings being the issue, like, yeah, yes, during development they were gonna have buildings that were a lot more detailed. And I heard that they pretty much ran fine, but because of Scarlet Violet's release, yeah, this whole hallway reeks of flatness. Yeah, because of this SV's release that just came broken. Yeah, they decided to actually cut back, but by a lot, to make all of them flatter just for a better performance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could actually call this cutback necessary, because that just really detracts from most Switch games being priced at $60, which yeah, I'm really having issues with the pricing of Nintendo Switch games, especially Pokemon, because with all the contents and especially the DLC, which is another story for another day. Yeah, paying almost $100 for a full game experience is just too high these days. And I said that a lot of my friends. Yeah, I've been saying that, and you gotta ask yourself why they actually buy this if actually criticize the pricing on the games. And well, I did not get the games directly, I just found them from the bin. Yeah, you know, the bin. You know, when people actually dump their TVs, shows, games, and movies in a big box. Yeah. Yeah. I was just lucky to actually find this game from the bin with the DLC included. Because I wasn't going to really support the company with their full price games to actually, you know, to make me feel like I pretty much tolerated the game and all that. But I'm not really knocking off anyone who just buys the game at full price and all that. I mean, I just personally agree with their business decisions, especially with too many screw-ups of the Pokemon franchise on the Switch. Yeah, I mean, CA is a lot more stable than Scarlet Violet, because I just didn't encounter a lot of glitches or anything or major performance issues. I was able to get CA much closer to 60 than on Scarlet Violet. At least like not without lowering the resolution to half the handheld. But yeah, well, yeah, I don't see how a lot of content being cut down and just had so much features being cut out for just for faster development, and yeah, it was like a huge mess. Yeah, there were a lot of good things I liked about CA. I mean, I liked the story and the characters more so. Yeah, there were like other issues with the game, of, you know, the story. Well, no, not the story, the mission objectives. Asking a bit too highly. You know, just like the one where the ice beam. But yeah, yeah, that was like also another issue I've seen. Yeah, and also the difficulty being a bit too easy, which is the normal Pokemon games since Sun and Moon, but I think it's just more pure Sword and Shield and Let's Go, the Let's Go remakes. Yeah, I mean, I get it was made for Pokemon Go and all, but yeah, I think that's like the most easiest games compared to any other Pokemon games after that. But yeah, I just had a battle a bit too easy with Kanori's rematch as well as the Quinn's battle. As you see, I didn't need to do as much effort. Yeah, it's like a sort of imbalance. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot I could say with the stuff I found out with the leaks and all that, and the development interviews and all that, but yeah, though it goes to say that, yeah. Yes, I could see why people are disappointed with CA. I'm not really knocking them out for it. But I'm not gonna be like those channels that just makes all the bad news just for the monetization, the marketing manipulation, just to actually get game more views, just to actually get more revenue by just getting all the popular topics that just seem controversial. You know, make money out of it. You know, like, aka grifting. You know that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be one of those. I don't even have my channel monetized for that at all. I'm not really making money off of YouTube, so I'm good. So yeah, I'm good. But yeah, yeah, I just want to make my own like review of this game in more balance in my own terms. I mean, even though I'm really agree with the fact that the game should be $60, same with Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet, and the DLCs being half the price, despite the amount of costing. But that's just more so Nintendo's thing. But yeah, again, that'll be another story for another day. But I'm not really knocking on anyone who decided to buy a game in those prices. I mean that's the only option. Because they may not rely on the bin that I use, or just get it from the other means if they add the mod switch. But yeah, I just want to actually have like my own thoughts of what I think about the Pokemon games these days, because I know they're just in a sort of heat in recent years. I mean, I played Sword and Shield for fun. I just got the game from the bin because I wasn't really happy with their development. Yeah, I wasn't happy with their developments, just as most people hadn't. Same with Scarlet and Violet. Found it from the bin. Yeah. Yeah, it was a huge mess. And the odd thing about it is the fact that I only played it for like a day, and then I didn't play it for long. I didn't play it for a long time because I was just kind of turned off by all the bugs and all that. That's why I was like, the looks, which yeah, I know the Pokemon games were criticized for just like the flat buildings, the simple textures of the tree and Sword and Shield, and all the downgraded textures and everything, and Scarlet Violet and performance issues that doesn't justify. And yeah, that's why I haven't really decided to actually get the game in its full price, because I wasn't going to be supporting their business decisions. Again, not knocking on anyone who does, because they're free to do it, even if I don't really personally agree myself on their pricing versus the game's content and all, compared to say Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Persona 5, and all these other big games that had their prices a lot more justified with the game's content and everything. But yeah, I just relied on the bin for those. But yeah, I mean, I thought the game was fine. I mean, it's not my favorite game, CA. My favorite game has to be like the Holland remakes, the Holland originals, the entire third gen games, including Fire and Leaf Green and Heart Gold Soul Silver. But yeah, the Holland remakes are my latest, are my just most recent favorite Pokemon games of all time. I mean, even though it had its own issues with the lack of Battlefronts, Battlefrontier. I'm not referring to Star Wars, but yeah, Battlefrontier. Yeah, Vtuber. Yeah, that's like one issue, as well as like the adjustments they could have had with X and Y to improve on, and the lack of character customizations also. But those are like a little stuff, but we have the right nitpicks on those. And what happened here? It's all checkerboard. But yeah, I just think those are my favorites. But yeah. So yeah. Well, yeah, I'm gonna really end off the stream right now, and so, because I have like stuff to do. So I would actually say thanks for seeing my stream, and for those that haven't really seen it, for those that watched it later on, then yeah, I thank you for it. So yeah, so I'm gonna stop right now, and yeah, see you next time, and maybe the next one, maybe Tomodachi, but who knows when I'm gonna stream next. TBA.